Howdy, everyone. Hopefully, you have your gold powder on. You have been sanctified in the Church of Sarah because it looks like we have a whole bunch of Sarah shenaniganness that just came out. I know this is a bit late. Welcome, everyone. This dropped last week when I was sort of conscious, sort of. So I had to double check to make sure that I wasn't making this up in my head. But no, apparently we get the unredacted version of Sarah. I can only imagine the absolute shenanigans that are going through with this. I am super lucky today that Mr. Mo is off, so he will be picking up the boys. So we will be going through this 28-page pile of gold dust glitter and drunkie bear tears, because good lord, this looks like it may be from the bowels of hell. December 6th, 2024, Mr. Michael Kranick. I thought he was honorable Lord Judge, you know, patron saint of Sarah Boone's who struggle against humanity and injusticeness. I thought that he was that, but apparently he is no longer a judge. He is now Michael Kranick, Mr. I am enclosing, please, my complete statement to you and the world as I partially read during my sentencing hearing. By reserving my particular parts of my very true and meaningful statement, I was hoping to have been graced with your forgiveness and understanding and consideration in any level or degree. For me, unfortunately, and regardless of whom had speak on my behalf, or the number of, your ignorant mind was already made up. Well, God, she is gonna be so popular in prison. She's gonna be popular, mainly with, well, the medical wing. She's gonna be stabulated and possibly excommunicated. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Lin-Manuel Miranda, contact me. We will get Sarah Boone, the musical, going. Let's see here. Oh, but he was ignorant. Ooh, Sarah Boone with the smartness. By your clear error and full-blown unfair bias against me, since your involvement in my crucial case as a whole, I have been unsuccessful in receiving anything from you as a supposed fair and neutral judge, except for your wish that I spend the rest of my life in prison. Honey, it wasn't just him. If I could donate to a Jerry Lewis style telethon to get you life in prison, I would have donated so much money, Mr. Mo would have taken away my fund money, okay? Just throwing that out there, Sarah. I think collectively America as a whole would have solved the deficit to, raise funds to hold you in prison. But that's okay. Please know and always remember, Mr. Kranick, I forgive you. I am golden with my Jesus scars all over. I wish you had stigmata, ma'am. At least it would make your martyrdom funner for me. Still and clearly, please understand also the judge, according to Cicero, Cisneros, is never closed, never to lose sight that he is simply a man and that he cannot exceed the power given to him by his commission. That is not only power, but public confidence has been given to him, and that he ought always very seriously attend not to his wishes, but to the requisitions of law, justice, and religion. Ma'am, if it were up to me, you would have gotten the death penalty. He did, in fact, utilize discretion and mercy. You took someone's life. You lost yours. What did you expect out of this? Unintentional, unpleasantness. In fact, you never apologized. You never showed a modicum, an ounce of remorse. But okay, let's bring up Cicero. You're Cicero. and Spartacus and Sporadicus, sure. I am excited in my appeal, which speaks for itself. My case law as well, in which I am extremely proud to have achieved and will continue doing so now that I am no longer in your corrupt court. Ma'am, you're gonna be sentenced to Moe's court. In Moe's court, I get to spray you with a super soaker full of holy water, so you may not wanna piss off, like, the really nice judge, 'cause Mo water is coming your way. Okay, we're back. I have no idea what happened. This is not good. Okay, we're back. I have no idea what happened other than, well, it's raining and it's Indiana and I have rural internet. So any sort of precipitation means that, you know, my internet goes out for no reason. Again, Elon Musk, I am willing to have cosine tangent Messiah, your 17th kid, my seventh, to get some Starlink. I'm willing to do that. I'll even let you name him after math or her. I'm really not picky. As long as we can do IVF and I get Starlink, I'm kind of okay with it. I probably should run this by Mr. Mo though, in case I get a in case I get, like a DM, like, "Are you willing to have, cosine tangent Messiah?" S Oh, she's excited about her appeal that is not going to get anywhere. And free from your malevolent judicial grip. Sarah Boone versus State of Florida. This is not an appellate trial, so I don't know why she's sending her appeal to Judge Cranick, a man that she gives less moral character to, well, an inebriated aardvark. So not sure why she's sending her appeal here. I have also addressed to my statement as a result of your blindness and impartiality. No, impartiality means unless you mean partiality. Partiality would mean that he was showing bias. Impartiality is meaning no bias. So, ma'am, that thesaurus, you need to check it out. Foremost, your disgust in me as being an outspoken woman. I have disgust in you being labeled a woman too. Really, actually, I don't have anything on me but my pen of mowness. You have been thus excommunicated from the sisterhood. You are no longer a lady, a woman. You are a female, cantankerous, but no longer a woman or a lady. We want to be in no way associated with you, Sarah. Sorry about that. Determined defendant and proactive client, hoping the next time you put your listening ears or you put on your listening ears and do not unfairly oppress the next as you have so blatantly done me. Oh, Sarah Parks. No one's gonna tell her to get to the back of the bus. Ma'am, for flippin' seriousness, not no, you're not gonna get another judge. The fact that you got life is your own damn fault. You should have taken the plea deal, but continue to cry. You will never admit to your many judicial errors, nor will the prosecutors theirs. And I will never admit to you that I have wrong or that you to what you have wrongfully accused me of and judged me as. I am not a murderer, underlined. I am a survivor. Shut the hell up, Reba. A, you're not a survivor. B, your name is not Reba McIntyre. And C, absolutely no one buys this bullshit. But okay, let's continue with this craziness. Oh, we have Sarah Boone definitions. It's like God knew what I wanted for Christmas. Black robe disease definition. Arrogance in a judge, a slang term for a judge who flaunts judicial power and determines proceedings at the expense of dispensation of justice. They really need to take her pad away. If this is the kind of stuff she's doing instead of learning how to beat Candy Crush level 137, then she is not using it for good. Impartiality is the first duty of a judge before he gives an opinion or sits in judgment in a cause. You know what kind of belies your whole opinion that he was biased and he did this for your personal, I guess, martyrdom? Is that he didn't say anything. He didn't make a statement. He simply adjudicated you. Judge Cranick was fully within his rights to deliver upon high a speech about your snarky recalcitrance, your general shrew-like behavior, your disrespect, your malevolence, your deeply hurtful comments during your apology tour. Yeah, Judge Cranick could have commented on all of those, and you know what he didn't do? He didn't do that. So, it's kind of interesting that if he's really corrupt and we're all getting this cabal of money, why he didn't take a time to where you can talk back to basically be the god of his own court and call you the, biggest cahoon he's ever had to deal with. Let's see here. He ought to be certain and absolute that he has no bias or um, for or against either of the parties if he has any interest, even has the slightest, in the case, then he is disqualified from sitting as a judge. And when aware of such interest, ought to lawfully and justifiably refuse to sit on a case. The delicacy which characterizes the judges in this country generally forbids their sitting on such a cause. The judge must not only be impartial, but must follow and properly enforce the law, not abuse. He is bound to declare what the law is and not make it, be it not an arbiter, but an interpreter of the law. It is their duty to be patient in the investigation of a case, understand circumstances and difficulties had by all parties, careful considering parts of a case in whole, and decent in judgment. Bouvier Law Dictionary, 2012 edition. I loved ya. I missed ya. Welcome back, Bouvier. Quote, but at the risk of practicing judicial centrism, words I have coined in this presentation, others have called it black robe disease. Whether he has been correct or not in my behavior is widely accepted that judicial behavior affects the jury. Murray Ritchell, The Simpson Trial, 1996. Is she comparing herself to O.J. Simpson? Please, Sarah, if I had zipped all the way. Look, I need it for Christmas. Sarah, the New Year's coming. I'm trying to be a whole brand new Mo. If you could write, if I had zipped. What? And she's just taking things out of O.J. Simpson. Ma'am, you are 20 pounds of crazy in a 2-pound sack. And then there's the worst of judicial ailments, the black robe disease, which is otherwise known as arrogance. Lynn Toller, A Practical Guide to Becoming an Emotional Genius, 2007. Trial judges are affirmatively charged with securing a fair trial and must intervene sua sponte to that end when necessary. Brown versus Walter, Florida District, it looks like 1993. That duty encompasses not only avoidance of error before it occurs, but the fair correction of errors that might have occurred earlier in a proceeding. Carlisle versus United States, looks like 1996. This judge deserves sainthood, and I'm going to be calling the Vatican, and I believe you should call your Vatican too. Saint, Judge Saint Cranick of the eyebrows. The instant case, the trial judge did not analyze the evidence he added to it, dealing with a mere mannerism of the accused in giving his testimony. The judge put his own experience with all the weight that could be attached to it on the scale against the accused. It looks like Averica versus United States, 1933. Uh, oh, good. Okay, we're not gonna go into Kinsu Sukaroi because this is what she already read. Jedi Jess gave me a good thing. So this was what was read or added after the sentencing. Read at sentencing is 5 through 12. So excluded was 12. So let's get to the new stuff because this part makes me want to blow things out of the water like freaking battleship. She is such an annoying butthole. Okay. Oh, let me see. Maybe I'm going. No, I went too far. I went too far. Okay. So this is where she stopped. Another great contributor of my gold is, oh, no, she did the social media crap. Let's see. Okay, my gold also runs deep for my prior attorneys. Mauricio Padilla, who sold me the world with empty promises, then abandoned his responsibilities as my attorney after talking 2.5 years. So we were there 2.5 years and he walked out on me. Ma'am, people should walk out on uh wait, what? Who died in what? Sorry guys, I got sidetracked and then let's see. Uh I don't know about legal vices. That being said, I hope he didn't pass away. I You guys, I don't know. I am trying to find out as I am looking on stuff. I don't see anything on my Twitter, but I just had to reboot my whole Twitter thing. So I'm not seeing anything, but that could okay, yes, it is on Megan Fox. Here, let me uh, let's see. I don't know how to tell you all this, but it needs to be said. Our friend Legal Vices passed away from heart failure yesterday in Seoul. The doggies are okay. I'm still processing this, but his audience and all of those of us who loved him so need to know. So I'm sorry for his family and friends. We love you, Jeff. God, I hope this isn't true. Um, he was one of the many people who made a lot of my hard days at the beginning of my diagnosis and just finding how to be a real person again. Um, he was funny, he was snarky, and, he always kind of made me have a smile on my face. And he was just a really good, genuine person and just a good human and a good person. And he, cheered up my days on really bad days. So, I'll miss him a lot, and I'm really sorry for his family, and we've we're losing a really cool person, and he was a really cool person, and he didn't have to take time to talk to, uh, a small creator like me when he had already done so much work, but, building his things, and he completely did, and he was just a good, cool person. So let me uh, see how Baker's doing, and then, we will try to continue, but I if there's anything I can do, I hope that and, I don't tell you guys what to think. My faith is a weird thing that, I don't know, how other people feel about it, but, if you do pray, if that's part of your journey as a human, hold his family in prayer. This is such a suck time to lose people. It really is. And with this being sudden, I mean, I can only imagine the kind of, you know, their world has shattered, you guys. Their world has just shattered and lost all of its gravity and oxygen right now. And, just pray for them. This is going to be such a suck time. And, him being out of the country, I don't know how that's going to do things. I'll hopefully, since Megan, is on top of this, maybe we can do something as a community for him or his family when, oh, nope, nope. Uh, when the time comes that they're willing to accept that, because I know that the first little bit, and I speak from my own personal experience, so I don't know. I don't like to really lose control and do the absolute wailing, grieving that you have to do in front of other people. Um, it looks like, unfortunately, Legal Vice's Jeff passed away from what I'm seeing on Twitter. This is coming from Megan Fox. Um, and I'm gutted, you guys. I will try to get a hold of people. I did not know about this, and, grief sucks, you guys, and I feel terrible that his family's going to have to deal with this. I don't know a whole lot. I just saw this coming up with chat. But maybe we can, as much as I like dogging on Sarah, I can, um I can kind of give you a really good story about just how awesome Jeff was as a person. I was extremely, extremely nervous, being on with Jeff for the first time, itty bitty Mo, just starting out. And here's like one of the people that I would always watch and always had like the most cool kind of smart ass things going and seemed to know what he was doing. So, here was this guy who was taking, time out of his day to kind of hang out with me and Megan Fox, and so I was extremely nervous, and in full Mo fashion, I just said, "Oh my gosh, my son would love your Godzilla, um, backgrounds. He would be in awe. He loves Godzilla." And Jeff must have seen how nervous I was and just how kind of upset, and he was like, "Oh, your son loves Godzilla? Yeah, I've got this and I've got this," and just a person's a good person. A person is this is a genuinely good, kind person when they don't have to be kind, when they don't have to make that extra step to make a really nervous, socially awkward person, feel good on their stream. But he did. He took that time and he was, good being human and giving his community and being kind and opening the door behind him, after he got through and just being a genuinely kind person. And if We can do something in honor of Jeff today by being kind to someone, while being snarky. I'll allow it. I think that that would be a genuinely lovely legacy to, you know, put on in Jeff's name. I think that he was a genuinely good person, and there's not a lot of those. There's not a lot of genuinely good people. And Gregory, you're correct. I am trying to verify this. I am trying to go out to other sources, but this is kind of what I'm getting right now. So that being said, it looks like it is being covered, but definitely, one of the things that I think is lovely about, um, LawTube and about the community that has kind of grown up around all of this is that we have so many different, cute and different perspectives that we get to kind of hop, here to here to here. And I'll really miss Jeff's kind of takes and everything. And he, you know, just seemed to be very, very humble. And that's also something that you don't always get with people when you meet them in real life or in a back room. He was very humble, very, unassuming. And that's that's something that I think we all kind of maybe need a reminder of, to stay humble and be a good, genuine, kind person. And I think that Jeff, really lived those out. And I think he was, a genuine good person who pushed people to maybe give this a try when they didn't have the confidence, to do it themselves. And I think that was just a really good gift. Criminal Are you kidding me? Michael Michael Rivers, the criminal lawyer guy? Oh, oh goodness. Well, to him as well, look, I don't wanna make this about me, but I lost, my first husband mid-November, and those first holidays suck, and I hope and pray that his family knows that we, okay, oh, that we are here and we are, wanting to support, but we understand that this is just it's the kind of news that takes away your gravity. Your world is exploded, and unfortunately for his family, the rest of the world doesn't slow down and doesn't stop. The rest of the world is going to be in Christmas mode and in, holiday mode, and there's never a good time to have a family member pass, but the holidays just seems like a suck ass time. And I really wish I had booze to do a toast, but I don't have booze to do a toast. And it's not exactly my jam. But maybe if I could encourage you guys to do anything you can today, it would be to be a little kind to someone. Uh, you know, Reach out to someone maybe you haven't checked in on in a while. If you have family members, if you have friends that you haven't contacted, life's gotten, busy, and we're all, guilty of this. Life gets busy, life gets crazy, and maybe we don't take the time to, let the people in our lives know how much we mean to them. And I wish I had told Jeff even though, I had countless opportunities. I could have DM'd him and just said, "Hey, thanks for the encouragement," or anything like that. Let's make today where we stop regretting not saying the things that we should have said. You have 5 minutes. Maybe you can't talk to the person, but you can text them. Maybe you can't, call, but you can write a DM and just say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. You always, I think about you and I smile," or something like that. You know, Try to reach out to people, because I think if today taught us anything, is that, God, I wish I had told Jeff that, he inspired me, and, that he really made some really tough days really good with his streams, you know, and I'm sure Jeff is probably up there with a good Glen Givess. I think that's a whiskey. He's probably up there with a supremely aged, beautiful bourbon with an oaky finish, or whatever you say about bourbons or whiskeys, saying, "Gosh, I wish these a-holes had said this when I was alive." Probably taking the mickey out of us, for being all blubbery on stream, because he probably sitting back there saying, "I lived a good life, and I would have loved to kick around with you guys more, but I'm up here hanging out, and now I'm gonna laugh at you from heaven." So, I am going to end here. I am going to reach out to some people and make sure that they're doing okay, but that would be my encouragement for everyone watching this who's been shocked by the news, that is gonna have a Friday, law rack shaped hole on their Fridays. You know, it's gonna be rough, and we're gonna miss them, damn it. But moving forward, let's make sure that we tell people what we should always tell them, that we appreciate them, that we love them, that we're glad that we got to meet them or interact with them. Let's do that, in honor of Jeff, a really good man, a really good person, and a really good, human being that touched a lot of lives and leaves behind a great big hole. And, you know, just hug the people in your life and tell them you love them. Bye, you guys. We will do probably more Sarah Boone tomorrow, but I think that we need to let the law racks breathe. The law is on hold for today, so that we can all talk to our friends and make sure that we let people know how much we care while they're here. Bye, you guys.